Back in this country, there's a developing economic story. A federal review panel has just handed down its assessment of the Northern Gateway pipeline. It says the project can go ahead, but with a long list of over 200 conditions. Robin Gill joins us now from our national newsroom with more. Robin?
Well, Donna, Enbridge, the parent company to Northern Gateway, has been looking into an oil pipeline to the West Coast since 1998. And for the last 2 years, there have been hearings into the project. Finally, today, the panel found a pipeline was important to the Canadian economy.
These days, this is the only kind of gold, black gold, that's going up in price. Explains why energy giant Enbridge wants to cash in. The oil company has proposed building twin pipelines, stretching almost 1,200 kilometers from Bruderheim, Alberta, to Kitimat, BC. From those pristine shores of the West Coast, tankers would then ship the oil to Asian markets. Today, the National Energy Board's review panel recommended the $7.9 billion Northern Gateway project be approved. But Enbridge must meet 209 conditions, including putting together a marine mammal protection plan, developing a training and monitoring plan, researching how heavy oil is cleaned up, and conducting emergency response exercises.
While we're happy with today's announcement, we are not celebrating. That's because the regulatory approval is a very important element of the project, and it's a critical step, but it's just one step.
The government seems hell-bent on ramming this through, and British Columbians ultimately should have the last word on this.
Economists predict Canada stands to gain $36 billion in tax revenue.
The market going forward is in places like China, Japan, Korea, and it's imperative that we access that. Frankly, it's one of the most important economic issues in the country.
But this has been a contentious issue from coast to coast. Environmentalists say it's a disaster waiting to happen, which could cost billions to clean up.
Well, it's a tragedy for Canada, and it does mean it's going to be a really long fight still to come.
And First Nations communities are putting up roadblocks. Since 2010, they've implemented a ban on tankers right in the spot where Enbridge is ready to launch.
We're talking about a project that's in the wrong place, in the wrong time, and there is still no technology that can clean up an oil spill.
Alberta has the most to gain from this project, with huge royalties on the table. Earlier this week, Premier Alison Redford was optimistic.
This whole process has been about ensuring that everyone who's impacted by a project can accept the project.
The federal government changed the rules to allow Cabinet to give the final say. It has roughly 180 days to make its decision, Donna.
All right, Robin Gill, thanks.